Hi there, it's Dave Tromp here, and this video is my monthly update on my investing portfolio. It's the 4th of April now. We closed out the month of March 2020, and let's have a look how my portfolio did in these very volatile market conditions. If you follow my videos, you know that I track my portfolio using investing.com, which you see here at the right. And I hold a large stack of silver and then cryptocurrencies and mostly Litecoin, and also a whole bunch of dividend paying stocks and some growth stocks. Like, for instance, I bought some Tesla. Where's Tesla? Did I track that correctly? Apple, but that's also paying dividend. Where did I book Tesla? Oh, here it is, Tesla. And it's just a small holding, just because I want to hold on to these kind of stocks, just to keep a feel with what's going on in these stocks. But a large part of my portfolio consists of cryptocurrencies and silver. And I want to have a look at silver. But first, let's have a look at my overall portfolio. You can see I'm down 2,000 euros compared to what I've put into the portfolio. So let's have a look at the statistics. So up until the end of February, everything was doing nicely, going up and up and up. And if we look at the cost compared to the market value on the longer term period, you can see beginning of the year the market value started to outpace the cost of the investment. And then, of course, when everything went down, the whole portfolio went down as well, because not only the stocks went down, but also cryptocurrencies went down, and also precious metals. And that's everything that I'm in. So that makes total sense. So looking at the monthly performance, still in January it was a positive month. Then February already closed, let's see in percentages, already closed at a -8%. And then March was very devastating, minus 18%. And for now, the past couple of days, we are up, or I'm up 2% with my portfolio. But there is something very strange going on that I like to point out. So looking at my holdings, you can see here silver is trading at a spot price. So that's the futures price, the paper silver price of 13 euros and 34 cents last Friday. But if you want to buy, if you can buy silver, like physical silver, you have to pay, or at least the only place I could find to buy it here in the Netherlands is for 20 euros and 30 cents. So there is this huge difference between the spot price and the actual price if you really want to hold silver. And I'm really convinced that if you don't hold it, you don't own it. It's very much true so for precious metals, but actually also for normal currencies. Like if you hold your money in a bank, it's not your money anymore, it's the bank's money, and they will let you have it if they feel like it. So just to point that out, I have a tweet here by someone I'm following, Jim Rickards. I've read all of his books and I suggest you do as well, but one of his followers sent a screenshot of, I believe it's an ATM or a banking page, online banking page, where there's this notice that says, due to the current situation, which means Corona, in individual cases, the delivery of cash may take longer. Thank you for your understanding. So you've placed your cash at the bank, and now when you want to get it, they are saying, well, maybe it's going to take some time before you can actually have your own money. So this is going on in the market. Jim Rickard called this ICE 9. I suggest you read all of his books and you will figure out what ICE 9 is. I'm not going to go into this. But the same thing goes very much for precious metals. So you can buy maybe ETFs, or you can buy some paper holdings of silver or gold. And then you think, oh, okay, I'm going to only pay 13 euros. But in fact, the real price is more or less actually something like this, 20 euros. So if we look at my account and we take this price in account, maybe I can sell my silver if I want, but I don't want, for let's say 19 euros, then actually my portfolio value would be 40% more than what it's here. So here it says 2,000 euros. That's the market value with the 13 euro 34 cents per ounce. So this would be 2,800. So I would not be down 2,000 euros, but less, 800 euros less. So only 1,200 euros. So these 1,200 euros, where are these losses coming from? Well, if we just look at the net P&L here, we can see 600 is from Litecoin. So that's been going down, down, down. And the rest is from all these small holdings that I have in all these different stocks. Then again, all these, most of these stocks are dividend-paying stocks, so I do get an income, although it's small. But they do deliver some return on value. Here I also have a little bit of gold. You can see that's up. So gold is doing pretty well. It's been up 8% since I bought this position, or these few coins. Let me see, when did I buy this? How can I show you this? Let me see. So if I click on here, no, apparently not showing. Anyway, I believe I bought this at the end of last year. Oh, what's that? I bought some gold coins, two Dutch gold coins, and they've been holding their value pretty nicely. Okay, so gold is the safe haven. Silver has been manipulated very much, so at least in the paper market, and the real pricing is probably much higher, about at least 25% higher than what you see here on the spot price. Still, markets have been going down. What I'll be doing for the coming month is I will keep on buying silver if I can. I'm not sure if I want to buy it at 20 euros. So let's see how this develops. There's another site here. It's also a Dutch site. They offer it for 17 euros per ounce, which is more reasonable. About 16 euros is like a 20% markup of the spot price. So that's so 16 euros is what I usually pay if the spot price is 13 euros. Still, they don't have anything, so it says here non-deliverable at the moment. So that's why they have it priced at 17 euros. I expect that if as soon as they have some stock, they're probably gonna pump up the price as well, because people are willing to pay this price. So the real price is more or less 19-20 euros currently. So in dollars that would be maybe $21, $22. So that's probably a reasonable price for the real price of silver. So what I'll be doing is I'm gonna see if I can still buy some silver. I'm gonna continue buy Litecoin, and I'm also want to see if I can get my hands on some Monero, because Monero is a truly anonymous way of paying, and I think this is becoming more and more important, especially when all the coronavirus measures are being implemented, which are basically taking away all our privacy and all our civil rights. So I think this will become more of a concern to many people, and that will be a positive influence on the price of Monero and also other cryptocurrencies. I'm holding on to my Litecoin, and I'm going to keep on buying Litecoin because I think the prices of the cryptocurrencies will go higher, especially when we have the Bitcoin halving that's coming in about 40 days. And the same way I buy silver instead of gold, I buy Litecoin instead of Bitcoin, because I think Litecoin, just as silver, is very undervalued compared to gold and Bitcoin. And at some point it will catch up with their big brother, so that's Bitcoin and gold. And then I will probably exchange my Litecoins to Bitcoin, and the same with silver. I will exchange my silver to gold. I will not go into fiat currencies with these assets. I will just keep them in cryptos or in gold and silver, precious metals. And then for the stock holdings, what I will be looking at is I'm probably gonna be buying some Royal Dutch Shell or some other oil companies, because oil has been hit pretty hard. But on the long term, I really believe that these companies still are very much needed. We still need oil and gasoline, and as soon as the whole coronavirus thing will blow over, which might take a long time, maybe it will take, I think, a year before this will blow over, then these companies will take off. And still Royal Dutch Shell is paying a nice dividend. So let's have a look at the fundamental sheet. Royal Dutch Shell, where is it? Where is my Royal Dutch Shell? Oh my goodness, I'm so bad at looking at sheets like this. Ahold Unilever, come on, oh there it is at the bottom. So here you can see it has a yield of almost 10%, meaning that if you buy Royal Dutch Shell now, if you put in 100 euros, every year they will pay out a dividend that is 10 euros. So the return is pretty good. 1 week ago it was even 15%, because the stock was smashed down pretty hard. It's been coming up right now, especially as the negotiations between Russia and Saudi Arabia are looking to, well, it looks as they are getting back to negotiate and get back on speaking terms. So this will influence the price of Royal Dutch Shell. Another stock that I'm very much interested in is Johnson & Johnson. First of all, because it's a very defensive stock. Johnson & Johnson is a company that, well, it pays a dividend. You can see 2.85% dividend, and it has done so for many, many years, maybe more than 20 years, I believe. And also part of Johnson & Johnson is Janssen Pharmaceuticals, which is a Dutch company, but which is a subsidiary of Johnson & Johnson. And they have just came out that they have a development for a vaccine for the coronavirus, and that they are very positive about this, and that they have already started testing this on human beings. So they have completed testing on animals, and now they have started the first tests on human beings. Still, it will take likely until the end of this year before they have something that they can distribute. So probably at the beginning of 2021 they expect to have a vaccine that they can roll out. They have also been supported by the US government, so the United States government has been sending funds to fund the research and the development. So it's very promising, and it's part of Johnson & Johnson, and it's a Dutch company, which makes me proud, but it's also part of this company. So I'm definitely, as soon as my paycheck is coming in, I'm gonna be buying some Johnson & Johnson. So that's it for me. I hope you like this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with my latest videos. Okay, thanks for watching, and until the next one. What I've just said about the Johnson & Johnson research on the coronavirus, they will not be starting testing on a human as of right now. What I understood wrong from an interview that I saw on YouTube, it's a interview in Dutch, and this spokesperson said they've selected a candidate, and he meant that's the candidate that they will be testing, so a virus candidate or a vaccine candidate, and not a person as a candidate. Clinical trials will start in September, and so by doing this they still expect to have a vaccine probably at the beginning of 2021. So that's at the beginning of 2021 they potentially will have a working vaccine that is also production ready. So you can read it on this page here of Johnson & Johnson, and they also have a video with some Dutch scientists explaining the research and how they are conducting it in together with other researchers around the world, and quite interesting. So I will put this link in the video below so you can have a look at that as well. So that's really it for me now, and see you in the next video. Bye.